بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى.
رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum, my sons and daughters, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, this is going to be our final sessions. We said we are going to give a crash course in 5 sessions about the whole index of the Arabic grammar. And this we are going to practice on analyzing the Arabic sentences. And since we recite Surah Yasin a lot, so inshallah, we are going to take a model of Surah Al-Fatiha, and then we will apply these rules in Surah Yasin. And every week, inshallah, when we will take certain ayat of Surah Yasin and apply these rules on Surah Yasin. And inshallah, today, if we have time, we'll do Surah Al-Fatiha. Otherwise, we will have to keep Surah Al-Fatiha tomorrow. But today, the principles, the last session for the principles, inshallah. And I have an exam which I had given previously. If we have time at the end, we'll try to go through that exam and find out these things which we learned. So just to get an idea about how things are in position in Arabic sentence or in Arabic paragraph. So we have lesson 5, the odd grammatical signs. The odd grammatical signs. Now, as you know, as you recall, we have this marfu', mansoob, majroor, and majzoom. Nouns are never majzoom, okay? The sukoon thing, nouns, they don't take that sign. So the nouns, al-ism, they come marfu', okay, with the u sound, Muhammadun, and they come mansoob with the a sound. So they come u sound, marfu', when they are subject. We saw there are eight marfu'at. One of the obvious one is the subject. Whether it's verbal subject, nominal subject, they are u sound. And then we have a sound, which is maf'ul bihi, an object, obvious example, object, and obvious sign is u. And we said that is the blue color, the column which was the blue color column. And then we had this green color, which is majroor, and normally it is e sound. And as we know, it is either preposition, a word followed by a preposition, or a mudaf ilayh, possessor, kitabu Muhammadin in e, or min Muhammadin, min harf jar, preposition. So it comes e sound. And then, or a tabi', follower. Follower of marfu' is marfu', follower of the pink is pink, follower of the blue is blue, follower of the green is green. That's the rule of thumb. So follower takes. So now that these we took these things, and we took the types of marfu' and the types of mansoob and the types of majroor. Now, and we used to say the obvious example is subject, and we showed you there are 8 types of marfu' nouns. And we used to tell you obvious example is object of blue, and we showed you there are 5 objects, and there was hal, and there was tamyiz, and there was vocative noun, which is a possessive phrase, and istithna, and those are 12 mansubat. And then we checked the majroor. Obvious one was the preceded by preposition or possessive phrase. There are only 2. And then there's a tabi' of majroor. So now today we are going to take odd signs. Not every time marfu' is oh. And we thought the grammar was so sweet. It is sweet. It's not complicated. The Arabic grammar is sweet, you see, because there is a lot of precisiveness. These signs, they give us precisiveness, unless if it was a mabni noun, okay? A mabni noun. So not every time marfu' is u. Not every time mansub is a. Not every type majroor is E. So what does that mean? So the mansub could be marfu' with a wow and not dhamma. Marfu' could be marfu' with alif and noon. Oh my goodness, alif and noon. What happened to the O? That is how it's an indicative that it is marfu'. And if it is mansub in, an, oh, it's not in, ain, sorry, an, ain. Okay, ithnan, ithnain, two, two. They both are two. Like, see how they are pronounced. One is pronounced an. Instead of u, the grammar, remember marfu' with what? Here we'll not say marfu' with dhamma, u. Here we'll say marfu' with an, alif and noon. Here we used to say mansub with the fatha. Here we will not say mansub with the fatha, we'll say mansub with the ya and noon, ain, okay, muslimain. And then here, this type of noun is marfu' with wow and noon. No, why not dhamma? Well, this is how the Arabs, they pronounced. They made our lives miserable. So that's why this variety popped up in our life, because there was no such thing as Arabic grammar before Islam. The grammar, the grammatical rules were derived from Quran and the texts of Arabs. The way they used to speak, they took the common things and then they made these grammar rules. So this is whenever there was a marfu', Muslimun, they will plural of Muslim, they will never say Muslimununu. They will always say wow and noon, that's it. Un. Wow and noon is the sign of the rafa, sign of the marfu'. Okay, and then that will be ya wa noon here, mansub. And then what about the female? Yes, female, they will take o sound, but then when they will take mansub, they will just switch to e sound. So this is what we are going to discuss today. The odd sign or odd signs of grammatical position, odd signs of marfu'. When are these odd signs? When are these odd signs of mansub? When are these odd signs of majroor? And these are like, you can count them on the fingers. How many fingers you have? Like 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you have 5 odd sounds. It's not a big deal, you see. So no need to have panic. So therefore, this is, and these are like regular, oo, e, oo, e. I kept it for a comparative purpose, none other than that. But these are the odd signs of the nouns, odd signs of marfu'. So just a quick reminder about, remember we have the Arabic word could be fixed, mu'arab, and could be could be changeable, declinable, mu'rab, i'rab, that's where the i'rab comes, and change of the end signs, and it could be fixed, mabni. So whenever they are marfu', we will just say it's marfu' with the dhamma. Mansub with the fatha. This slide has been explained before, it's repetition, but I want to connect this slide with what we are going to talk today. And majroor with the kasra. But the mabni nouns, the mabni, the fixed, these rules do not apply to mabni nouns. These rules apply to changeable mu'arab nouns. Okay, this is what I need to say. So mabni nouns, if it was if it was a subject, we will not say it is marfu'. We will say it has dhamma. It has whatever sign you see. It's a fixed sign in the place of being marfu'. And if it was an object, we'll say in the place of being mansub, fixed with this sign in the place, because it's fixed in 3 cases. We said huwa will always be huwa. When it's marfu', it will be huwa. We will not say huwu. And it will, if it's a mansub, we will always say huwa. It will not be huwa wa something. No, it's these people are stubborn. They do not change their sign. They say, no, say whatever. We are going to sit in the place of marfu', but we will never change our signs. So these are those stubborn ones. And then when the min huwa, from him, it will not be min huwi, no. It will always be huwa, min huwa. So if it is a marfu', it is fixed with the fatha, huwa, fixed with the fatha in the place of being marfu'. And if it is a mansub, Then we will say, like for example, object. So we'll say huwa is an object, mabni with the fatha in the place of being mansoob. You see, the grammatical position changes, like, but it changes and it does not change the sign. So the sign is very important to have the grammatical position change. So if they don't want to change their grammatical position, so we will tell them you are not with that grammatical position, but you are in the place of being in that grammatical position. In Arabic, we say fi mahalli. Mahal means place. في محل في محل رفع في محل نصب في محل جر في so in the place of being مرفوع in the place of being mansub blue in the place of being majroor green. So this is how the mabni works. So now, so that's why the reason I showed you this slide, that these are only for the mu'arab, the changeable ones, because you see the signs change. But in those huwa, like hada, you don't say hada u, hada a, hada e, like subject hada u. No, it's hada. What about hadihi for female? Same thing. You don't say hadiyu or hadiya or hadi, hadihi, something. You don't do like that. You know, these are stubborn, fixed, demonstrative pronouns, relative, like alladhi. You don't say alladhiyu, alladhiya, and alladhiyi. This الذي or الذين يؤمنون بالغيب الذين you don't say الذين الذين it is fixed. So these demonstrative pronouns, relative pronouns, particles, all of these are like fixed or yeah, particles. These are fixed. They are not changeable. So they will always take the grammatical in the place of being in that grammatical position, in the place of being marfu, in the place of being mansub, in the place of being majroor. However, we come to now to this slide. So when are these odd situations? Just 5 these lines, you memorize it and you'll be done. And when, as I said, you can print out these whenever we are doing grammar of Surah Yasin or grammar of Surah Al-Fatiha. Keep these papers beside you so that it will be helpful for you in order to get, because many times old people like me, we want repetition, like a practical repetition. The youngsters, they can memorize everything they see, but for us, memorizing is very difficult. So for us, we try to practice the concepts so that it becomes fixed in our mind, and that is the way we memorize. But the kids, they will say, okay, 5 nouns and marfu the waw and mansub with the alif and mansub, that's it. And they will do fantastic job in it. Even our youth, even our teenagers and youth, they can do it. So if you guys are youth, my sons and daughters, memorize it. But if you're from the group like my group, then inshallah, with the practice of Surah Yasin, you will get the hang of it. So let's see. If a noun is a regular noun, okay, it will take O. This is nonation because there's no alif or lam, remember? So most of the time, if there is no alif or lam, we will try to nonate it, nonate the vowel. U sound vowel. We have 3 vowels, U, A, E, okay? So Muhammadun, Muhammadan, and Muhammadin. And if it was just like a rajulu, the man, ar-rajulu, because it's alif or lam, it will not be ar-rajulun. No, alif or lam, you cannot have nonation. You cannot have nooned vowel sign, not dhamma, not fatha, not kasra. That is a rule of thumb. And then we have this broken plural. What is with the broken plural? Okay, let's just try explain why it is called broken plural, like broken heart or something like that. Plural noun, obviously, plural noun, we have 2 types. We have intact, like we call it salim, salim, okay? Intact plural, salim, jama' salim, jama' like jamaat, jama'ah, jama, plural, jama. And then we have broken. This is called taksir. Like kasr, broken. So, so when we have rajul, rajulun, a man, to make it plural, we have to break it here and put alif in the middle. So it becomes rijalun, men, men, men. Wait, what happened? Okay, men. Okay, that's why it's called broken, because the noun, we break it and we put like, like marampatti, as they call in Urdu language, or something like a tigde or something, like stitching things and then putting things and like making so we add things, you see. So that's how it becomes like a sound noun is broken and we add in the middle or something like that. So there are several types of broken plural, and the problem is many of the words which are pluralized by broken plural doesn't have a proper rule. Very few of them have, but most of them, Arabs, they spoke like that to make our lives miserable, to leave this without any proper specific grammatical rules. So this broken plural comes by practice. However, the intact plural is like sweet. Okay, why? Because it's intact and it has rules. So let's say like Muslim. If we add Musliman on, that means two Muslims. If we put in or un, that means more than two Muslims. Okay, Muslimin or Muslimun. I'm just giving example. Okay, Muslimun. So we just added. Muslim was there. We just added. Where did we go? Muslim plus an, Muslim plus in, Muslimin, or Muslimat, Muslimat. So these are for female, more than two. You see, these are, you just add suffixes to indicate the plurality. That's it. You don't break the, so these are easy to make dual. You put an or ein. You put, for plural, you put un or in. For female, you put at, alif and te. That's it. That's it. And that is called intact plural, salim. Okay? And on the other side, we had broken plural, where we had to break the original noun. Rajulun, we had to break and we had to keep alif. Okay, this one, alif, in the middle. So rijalun. So that is simple, broken and intact. So let's go back to our slide and let's see. So basically the lesson of today is easy and not difficult, because it's just knowing when does these odd sign come. And there are only 5 cases of odd signs, as you can see. Okay, so this is like 5 nouns. I'll tell you about it as well. So now this is broken plural. When it is marfu, it will be marfu with the dhamma. When it is mansoob, it will be mansoob with the fatha. When it's majroor, it will be majroor with the kasra, whether nunated or not nunated, depending on alif wal lam as a prefix. Now we come to this abu. So there are 5 nouns. Do you know what are these 5 nouns? Okay, so they are abu nakhnah fudu. Sorry. Okay, so did you get those? So these are the 5 nouns. Let me just open my my magical board, and then I will tell you what are the abun akhun hamfudhu. So okay, so what did I say? I said abun akhun hamfudhu. So it is like this: abun, father. Where's my, wait, we did not change. Abun, okay, abun, akhun, brother, abun, akhun, hamun, the in-law, abun, akhun, hamun, fu, mouth, fu, mouth, dhu. Dhu is the one with. Dhul janah, the one with the wing. Janah is wing. Dhul fiqar, the one with the split. Dhul fiqar, the sword of Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib. Dhul Qarnayn, the one who lived 200 years, or the one who had two horns. Now, two horns, if you want to explain literally, you see, that means, you know, the Vikings, they wear these helmets which has horns. Yeah, so he was a king of certain region. They were known to have these helmets which is horns on it, horns like cow. So we can say Dhul Qarnayn because his crown was like that. But then there's some say that this Dhul Qarnayn, he was hit on the one side and he died, and a bulge grew. And then another time he was hit on this side. So like the people who hit him two different times, they measured properly that one has to be here and one has to be hit here. Okay, so then he had this two bulges on his skull because of these two hard hits. We know bulges happen, but not like they grow up like horns. So anyhow, so the best explanation of Dhul Qarnayn is, Qarn means century. He lived 200 years, Dhul Qarnayn. Or Qarn means horn. So he had a crown or a helmet which had horns, which we can see nowadays in the museums of the Vikings and all those kind of people. They have these horns on their helmets. So that is easier and best rather than put the horns on Dhul Qarnayn's head. Salamullahi alayh. Okay, so abun, so dhu, you know what? Ab, father. Okay? Brother. In-law. Like father-in-law, mother-in-law. Fu, mouth. Dhu, the one with. Good. The noon, the one with the fish. Noon is fish. Hazrat Yunus alayhi salatu wasalam. وَذَنُّونِ إِذْ ذَهَبَ مُغَاضِبًا وَذَنُّونِ. Okay, and you can find a lot in Quran these kind of words. Okay, now what is the rule of it? So the rule of it is that abun, akhun, hamun, fudhu. Let me just erase this and try to give you the rule. The rule is basically easy. Abun, akhun, hamun, fudhu, they will take regularly dhamma, fatha, kasra, as you saw. Okay, as you saw here. Abun, aban, okay, and abin. So this is, they take regular u marfu a mansub, and just qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala, we'll make this pink, we'll make this blue, and we'll make this green, just for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to make your lives easy. Now when it is in a possessive phrase, remember mudaf ilay kitabu Muhammadin, whenever there's something in after it, then they do not take dhamma, fatha, kasra. They take waw as a marfu', alif as a mansub, and e as a ya as a majroor. How? Let's say when we have let's take the first marfu'. Ja'a. Oh. So abun. So let's say ja'a, verb. Remember ja'a came. Who came? Subject came. So we are going to put a subject. Ra'aytu, I saw. I, subject, saw, verb. Who? I saw an object. So we will have ra'aytu. To have a mansub. And then we will put that min, from, to have an e sound, majroor. Okay. Let's take the example number. Ja'a Abu. Ja'a Abu Abdullah. Remember? Ja'a Abu Abdullah. قال أبو عبد الله جعفر ibn Muhammad as-Sadiq alayhi salam said. Well, that's a good example because we have in hadith. So let me just make this one. Okay. قال, because we have hadith, we read hadith. قال أبو عبد الله. قال أبو عبد الله جعفر عليه السلام الصادق. قال أبو عبد الله. Abu Abdullah. Okay. So here we have what? We have a possessive phrase. So this is like E sound. Remember, this is a father of Abdullah. So Abdullah is possessor, okay, of this phrase. So it's a possessive phrase. Abu Abdullah, like Kitabu Muhammadin, book of Muhammadin, father of Abdullah. So this father belongs to Abdullah, okay? Abu Abdullah. So Abdullah is son of this father. So this father belongs in relation to this Abdullah. So Abu Abdullah. So now what is it marfu' with? It is marfu' with wow. Why? Because it is possessed. Why? Because it is possessed. Marfu'. Okay, again, those three questions. What is Abu? It is one of the 5 nouns. What are the 5 nouns? Abun akhun hafudhu. Remember the one which I wrote. Abun akhun hamun fudhu. Okay, those are 5 nouns. They have special grammatical positions. So, and okay, it is one of the 5 nouns. Okay, the type. It is one of the 5 nouns. It is marfu' with what? What is the grammatical position? It is marfu'. It is a subject. Who said? Abu Abdullah said. So it is marfu'. It's a subject. Okay, good. So now it is a subject. Perfect. And then it is also a possessed. And there's a possessor here. There's a possessor. You know, a possessor is normally green, as we agreed upon. Correct? It's E sound. Okay, good. Thank you. So possessor, E sound. Okay? Abu. So this is Abu, subject. Subject. Okay? Abu. And this is a possessor. So why it is not on and with marfu' with waw, u? Because it is a possessor, one of those 5 nouns which came in a possessive phrase. Good. Ra'aytu. Let's take a mansub. Ra'aytu, mansub is blue. Aba, and then majroor is green. Abdullah. Okay? Ra'aytu Aba Abdullah, Ja'far ibn Muhammad as-Sadiq. I saw Aba Abdullah. He was always worshipper and God-loving and God-caring and God-cautious and all those attributes which non-Shia scholars, they described Imam Sadiq alayhi salam as well. Aba Abdullah. Okay? So now this is, so what is Aba? Aba is mansub, blue. Mansub with what? Mansub with alif. Why not fatha? Because it is one of those 5 nouns in a possessive phrase. 5 nouns in a possessive phrase. You will see me, I will repeat all these things when we are analyzing it, okay? But try to, before you come to the grammar class of Surah Yasin, or just to go through these slides to know what are these things. Otherwise, I'll have to explain in the middle of every lesson everything back again. So the purpose we're giving this course 5 sessions to that, so that we are going to practice it and we would not repeat all these issues. So min, let's come to min. Min, remember the green, this is majroor. Why? Because there's a preposition before it. Min abi, and there is a majroor noun after it. Min abi Abdullah. Min, from Abi Abdullah, from Abi Abdullah, from Imam Hussein. So what is Abi? Abi is majroor noun, or majroor with what? With ya. But why not with kasra, like this one? Majroor with ya. Why it is majroor with ya? Because it is a one of the 5 nouns. What are these 5 nouns? Okay. So those are the 5 nouns. Those are the 5 nouns. So, and it has come in a possessive phrase. Okay. So this is with regards to 5 nouns. They are marfu' with waw in a possessive phrase. They are marfu' like ziyarat, when you do Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Aba. Why do you say ya Aba? Let's put this here. Okay. Because it's a vocative. Ya, remember vocative, mudaf, vocative possessive phrase. Ya Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Ya Aba, Ya Aba. Assalamu alayka ya Aba Ja'far. Assalamu alayka ya Aba al-Hasan. Ya Ali ibn Musa al-Ridha. Aba, ya. Why it's ya? Because it is after the vocative and it is a possessive phrase. In ziyarat, we say, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Okay, let me just make a quick clean. And since we are on this board, let me explain the remaining nouns, because this is something nice that you guys can also watch how things are written. So remember, our main example was for the subject was qala. Okay. Who said? The subject. So there will be a subject here. And then we have ra'aytu, I saw. I saw what? An object. So there will be an object here. And min, from. So there will be a majroor noun with an E sound. Okay. Okay. So let's come to this male intact plural. Dual. So we have Muslim. There will be a suffix which will indicate the duality. So let's do subject. قال المسلمان. Ani. So this ani is the sign of marfu'. So muslimani, what is musliman? It's a dual noun. It's marfu' mansub majroor. It is marfu'. What is it? It's a subject. Marfu' with what? Not with the dhamma, not with the u sound, with an. That's the odd sign. Remember we said they're odd signs. They don't take a, u, e, u, a, e. So this is, okay, good. Let's move on to other one. Ra'aytu, the object is blue. Ra'aytul muslimaini. Aini. That was ani. Okay. Aini. Ithnan musliman. Ithnain muslimain. Okay. 2. So duality. And then minal muslimaini. Oh my goodness, what are you telling us? These two are same? We'll get confused. Calm down, calm down. Because majroor is easy, detectable, it's either preceded by a preposition or a possessive phrase. So once it is not majroor, okay, then it has to be one of the 12 mansubat. Got it? This is how they were stubborn. They did not want to change to majroor to different things. They said we are going to be similarly to the mansub. Good. This is duality. Ithnan, ithnain, ithnain. Let's take the male intact plural. Male intact plural. Let's put ra'aytu back again as it was. I saw. Okay. Let's start with the Muslim. So male intact plural suffixes with un. And that's the sign of rafa, not u, not dhamma. So قال المؤمنون مؤمنون. So this is instead of dhamma. So what is al-mu'minuna? It's a subject. What is subject? Marfu' mansub majroor. It's a marfu'. Marfu' with what? Marfu' with waw and noon. Why not dhamma? That is how the male intact plural has the grammatical position. Una, male intact plural, because and it's a marfu'. So it is marfu' with waw and noon. Marfu' with waw and noon. This is how you will analyze the male intact plural. Mu'minuna is believers, believers, the believers, okay, the believers. Okay, so what will happen if it's mansub? I saw al-mu'minina. Oh no. Okay, so here we have ina. Here we have ina. Okay, so here we have una. Here we have ina. Okay, al-mu'minina, sorry. Ina, so it's a suffix. So now again, what is al-mu'minuna? This is how we analyze the grammar. It is object, noun, okay? So it's marfu' mansub majroor. Obviously it's blue and it is mansub, okay? Mansub with what? Mansub with ya and noon. Why not fatha? That's male because it's male intact plural. Okay, they want to be like that. Okay, let's see majroor. Minal mu'minina. No, not like mansub. Yes, like mansub. So, but why? We will get confused. No, calm down. Don't panic. We have min there. If we have preceded by a preposition, it will be majroor. If it is a possessive phrase, it will be majroor. However, if it is not, and it's not a tabi' follower of majroor, then you can easily distract it and check which one of the 12 mansubat it is. Okay? Okay. So now, and then finally, we come to the last one. Okay? The female intact plural. The female intact plural. Okay, so let's see the female intact plural. Ra'aytu, qala. Okay, now here qala will become qalat because we are talking about female. Okay, so now we have al muslim. قالت المسلمات too. Wow, the female has really helped us. They came back to their mashallah origin, sound. Jazahumullah khair. May Allah bless them. Mashallah. Thank you, female. Thank you so much that you brought us you came on the same grammatical pattern. Thank you so much. Slow down. Don't jump to conclusion. Look how they will show you the twitch and the twist and the change now. Just they are not less than men, those who change the hell of the suffixes. But at least, yeah, they are sticking with the signs, okay? Though, so still they are better than the male who changed the whole thing to un and an and ain and in and made our lives miserable. So now let us see what what are the hidden plots of this female, okay? They will not sit quiet because when the male did, they will ask for demand for equal rights and those. So let's see. Ra'aytu, I saw. Al-muslima. Huh? Guess what? Because they are, mashallah, on a regular pattern. Ra'aytu al-muslima. Ta? No. T. No, why? And we thought the female were good, and we thought the female were nice, and we thought the female were mashallah, and they came back to the origin, and they came back to the vowel signs and oo sound, and now they went away. Instead of ah, they say e, and mansoob, blue. Has ever blue been e? Sorry, we cannot speak, okay? Just let's go with it. Okay, let's go with it. Let's not create a commotion here. Okay, so what is Muslimati? No, don't say T, say ta. No, this is how the Arabs spoke. So what is Muslimati? T, Muslimati is object. Marfu mansub majroor? Mansub, obviously blue color. Okay, mansub with what? Please don't say with the kasra. No, with the E sound. But why? Because it's female intact plural. So it has to be like that. It's intact plural. So there has to be some odd issues there. Okay, so live with it. Okay, now please give us a good news. Let the preposition be opposite, so at least we can distinguish. No problem. Let's check. Min al from the Lima. Huh? Are they going to take ta to keep it all odd? They took te in mansub, so here they will take a. So they will retaliate. Here they did tawbah, astaghfirullah, and they took t. Oh, really? Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Female intact plural. Thank you. So the only odd situation in female intact plural is this. Instead of a, when they are mansub, they take e sound. Other than that, everything is sweet. Okay. And finally, the fifth one, the foreign nouns. The foreign nouns, the immigrants. Okay. So the immigrants, let's remove this female intact plural. Foreign noun, I like not Arabic noun originally. Okay. Like Ibrahim. Ibrahim is not an Arabic noun. Ibrahim, Ismail, and all those. Maryam, okay. Let's take Maryam. And there are other also detailed grammatical rules for these are called diptotes, or we call it mamnu' min as-sarf. We cannot make them, we cannot give them tanween, nunation, even if there's no alif wal lam. Remember, there are some cases where without alif wal lam, we will not give them nunation. Like there used to say Muhammadun, we cannot say Maryamun, we cannot say Ibrahimun, we cannot say Ibrahim. So in doesn't come. Let's see. Qalat, female, ta, this is the feminine ta. So we will have subject. Qalat mar, these are immigrants, okay? They have to respect the law. They have to live politely in the new country. So what will she take? Maryamu. Sweet Maryam, mashallah, jazakallahu, jazakillahu khaira. Okay, you did not take, but there's no alif or lam. Shouldn't she be being Maryamun on? No, they are foreigners. Okay, so they have no citizenship now. So they are going to be taking these kind of rules. They don't have full rights. So like on is full rights. So they are not given full rights. Take one dhamma away. So they're given only single right, not as the rights of citizens, poor immigrants. Okay. Maryamu, foreign noun. Okay, so how will you analyze it? Maryam is a subject, marfu' with the dhamma. Marfu' with the dhamma, normal grammar. Okay, you don't have to say the single dhamma of nunated dhamma, no dhamma, that's it. Even nunated dhamma, you call it dhamma. So marfu' the dhamma, good, Maryam, mashallah. So now these immigrants, they got their green card or their permanent residence. Okay, So let's give them a mansub. So ra'aytu, I saw. What will happen? Now they have rights, huh? They have rights. What will happen? Will they change? No, they will not change. Ra'aytu Maryama. MashaAllah, sweet immigrants respecting the law of the land. They are going with the low flow, the law. They normally it's O when it is marfu, normally it is A when it is mansub. So now let's take the majroor. What happens? In majroor, they got their citizenship in matafarigyu. Okay. Now they got their citizenship. So now they are like rights kind of thingy. So let's see what will happen here. So we have mar, yeah. Guess what? There has to be a change. She will never take these foreign. They will never take e sound. It will never be Maryami. Okay. She'll say we're just going to remain as we were here. Okay, now you got made us confusion. How will we know that you are mansub or majroor? Well, look before us. If there is a preposition, or if we are in a possessive phrase, or we are following a green tabi', then we are majroor. Otherwise, you can choose one of the 12 mansubs. Thank you. Not that much helpful, but we'll have to look at the context of the sentences to realize it is majroor or mansub. So this is all what we wanted to mention today. But then there is this verb, which we are going to take for the first time. I'll just go back to the slide. First, let's fix this in our mind before we go to the verb. And let's take our slide back. Okay. So now the summary of what we said. So this regular nouns, on or u, marfu' with dhamma, double dhamma or single dhamma, mansub with double dhamma or mansub with double fatha or single fatha, majroor with double kasra or single kasra. Sweet Jesus, okay? Alayhi salatu wassalam. What about the broken plural? We said broken plural are odd plurals, but they are sweet. They're so respectful. They're so, though they are broken, no wonder they're broken. That's why they are sweet. Or that's why they're not, they don't have ego because they are broken. So broken plural, they take double dhamma or single dhamma. It depends on alif wal lam. When they're marfu, when they're mansub, they take double fatha or single fatha, depending on alif wal lam prefix. And majroor, also double kasra or single kasra, depending on alif wal lam the prefix. Good. What about these 5 nouns? We said they are what? Yes? Abun, akhun, hamun, fudhu, abun, akhun, father, brother, hamun, in-law. So it can be hamuka, hamaka, something like that. So abuka, abaka, min abika. Akhuka, akhaka, akhika. E. So that alif, waw, ya. Alif, waw, ya. So marfu' with waw, mansub with alif, and majroor with ya. Not dhamma, not fatha, not kasra. Okay? When, not when in their normal case. Normal case, they take normal dhamma, fatha, kasra. But when they are in a possessive phrase. Abu Abdullah, Aba Abdullah, Abi Abdullah, An Abi Abdullah as-Sadiq. From Imam Sadiq, this an is preposition. قال أبو عبد الله الصادق. Ya Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. Oh Aba Abdullah Hussein. Then we had dual. Dual is like in Arabic, wahid ithnan. Ithnan is 2. So if ithnan was marfu', it will be ithnan. If it is mansub, it will be ithnain. If it is majroor, it will be ithnain. So that is why Musliman, majroor with alif and noon. Muslimain, mansub with ya and noon. Muslimain, majroor with ya and noon. Okay, so this is where the problem starts. Since this dual noun, they have created a chaos for us. So when we came to the majority, no, we want to become like mansub. Okay, take it, khalas, sit quiet. You have made our lives miserable by making similarities. We wanted to distinguish mansub and majroor. Now we have to look at the context and all that kind of thing. Okay, take it. Okay, now we thought that this male intake plural will be inshallah. Okay, they also had demands. No, we don't want dhamma. We want waw and noon. Okay, good, take waw and noon, just relieve us. But what about mansub? We don't want fatha. We want ya and noon. Okay, take ya and noon. What about majroor? We will take ya and noon. Why? Well, dual noun you gave them, similar to the mansub. Why shouldn't we take the equal rights? Okay, khalas, take. That's the problem we are facing now. Okay, equality everywhere kind of thing. And when the equality comes, there's injustice. So when you are going to calling for equality, you cause injustice to us, create confusion for us between majroor and mansub. Then we have to look at the context and look at the preposition, particular preposition, look at the possessive phrase and look at the tabi, and then we realize, oh, it is one of the 12 mansub, and now we have to find which one of the 12 mansub you are. So thank you for making our lives miserable. Okay, so that is the male intact plural. Okay, that is the male intact plural. Muslimuna, muslimina, muslimina. We come to the female. We thought female, mashallah, they're amazing. So they came back to the dhamma. Muslimatun, wow, welcome back. Then we came to mansub. Okay, should we give it up? No. Oh no, please, please, Muslima. No, no, no. We want to take kasra. They demanded own and in, and at least we're okay. That's fine. At least you're asking haraka, a vowel sign. That's good. At least you're. It's odd. It's weird. Muslimatin instead of tan, but we will accept it. Okay. Then what about here? Should we give you tan? No, we want tin. But how will we distinguish between both of you? Same context, this and that. But why? No, you guys gave male, mansub and majroor, same thing. Why should we like, oh my goodness, now we're going to see the feminism and all those kind of issues coming. Okay, khalas, take. As long as you have taken vowel signs, thank you so much. You are much better than those male who changed the vowel signs to an and un and ein and the letters. So thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you guys are okay and satisfied. Yes, we are. So okay, let's move on. Dip totes or the mamnu or we call foreign nouns. So foreign nouns like Ibrahimu, Mariamu. Okay, Alhamdulillah, they are immigrants. They are following the law. They have to, otherwise they will get deported. They got the permanent residence. They got the green card. They got the permanent whatever. So now, with what we were afraid. Oh my goodness! We hope that they will not change. What do you want as mansub? Okay. Won't you like to have an? No. We are still foreigners. So, okay, so we will be not un. We will not take double nonated. We will always take u, e sound, okay? Okay, so that means when you are majroor, you are going to get e sounds. No, now we are citizens. Oh, no. So, yes, we are citizens. So we are going to have same like muslimuna, muslimina, muslimatin, muslimaini, muslimaini. Why should we be different? Okay, khalas, finish it off. Qissa khatam karo. Finish the story and khallasuna ba'a. So that is how these are odd signs of the nouns. And finally, we have verb. Remember, we said verbs are all mabni. Okay, when we said the only declinable changeable verb is present tense, yaktuba, yaktubu, and yaktuba, lam yaktub. Okay, so only past tense, daraba, it will be always daraba. Unless if it's connected with a pronoun, then it will have some fixed change. Still, it will be fixed signs. So present tense fixed signs. They don't change the signs due to the grammatical position. They change their signs due to the connection with suffixes. Okay, the imperative verb and the past tense. Okay, we have three tenses in Arabic language. The imperative, amr, and we have the past tense. Okay, and we have the present tense. So past tense and imperative. Imperative is command verb. Iqra, read. Uktub, write. Past tense, and these, they change their signs, but not due to the grammatical position, not due to the marfu, mansub, majzoom. No, due to the connection with the suffix for the sake of the flow of the sound. Arabs, they always try to maintain flow of the sound in their speech to prevent any oddness in their wordings, in the flow of the sound. That's why the Arabic language, if understood in the poetry, is so beautiful. And that's why Quran came in this so beautiful language on the face of the earth, because it has beauty in the way Arabs, they spoke. They were like flowing in a very beautification. Now you will see people, they are rude. Sometimes they speak, but the original Arabs, they spoke the way Quran speaks, the way nice, they were poetic. They were most of the time, they were poetic. They will talk poetry. They will speak poetry. There was so much balagha, eloquent in their wordings. So for the sake of the flow, you will find past tense change. Don't say, oh, this guy cheated us. He said past tense is mabni. Now we are saying it's changing the sign from the sukun to the fatha and this and that. Yes, so this is a disclaimer. Past tense and imperative verb, they change their signs due to the suffixes. However, not due to the grammatical position, not due to the marfu, mansub, majzoob. I hope this is clear. That's why I kept it, because many students, they come up. You said they are fixed. Now we are saying that they change their signs. Yes, but are they changing? Present tense changes. When it's marfu, it is dhamma, u sound. When it's mansub, it is a sound. When it is majzoom, it is sukun. So present tense changes its sign, and also present tense is also not a simple. He had two weird odd signs instead of dhamma, fatha, and sukun. Okay, so we said this as for the past tense, mabni, in all the cases, if there's change in the end sign, then it will be due to the certain attachments of the pronoun, not due to the grammatical positions. And this is our last slide, okay? And we'll be done for today. So it is present tense, and we had taken this in one of our few previous sessions. Yadribu, u sound, is hitting. An yadriba, to hit. Because why it is a? Because it's preceded by a nasib. This is called nasib, which makes mansub. Nasib, mansub. Mansub, remember mansub? Soup. Mansub, nasib, mansub. And then we have this majzoom, zoom camera, okay? Remember the zoom. So that's why sukun is like a telescope, which is zoom, okay? So there's a sukun. So sukun, zoom the camera, there is a lens and you can see through the lens. So there is, so sukun is like a circle, like a lens, okay? So yadribu, oh, what is the grammatical analysis? It is a present tense. It's a verb. It's a verb or a noun? It's a verb. What type of verb? Present tense. Marfu, mansub, majroor? Marfu. Marfu with what? Dhamma. Why is it marfu? Because there is nothing preceding it. See, I've written here, nothing precedes it. There is no nasib before it. There is no jazm before it. Good. What is this an yadriba? Grammatical analysis. Yadriba. What is it? Noun or tense? Present tense. Marfu, mansub, majroor? Mansub, blue color. Mansub with what? With a fatha. And why is it mansub? Because it is preceded by a nasib an. Okay? An, ay, an yadruba, an yaktuba, an yal'aba, a. And then we have the jazm. So lam yadrib, tip of the tongue. No ba, no bu, no b. Obviously, there's no b. We said that the verbs, they never take e sound. They are never majroor. So now, lam yadrib. What is yadrib? Noun or a tense? Present tense. Marfu, mansub, majzoom. Majzoom with what? With the sukun. And why it's majzoom? Because it's preceded by a never. Lam yadrib. This is a jazim. Remember, majzoom, jazim. Majzoom, jazim. Mansub, nasib. So there is not, if there's nothing preceding, it will be u sound. And let me give you the easy one. Whenever a present tense ends with a vowel letter, okay, a vowel letter. So it is difficult to put a, u, e with vowel letters at the end. Like yaqdi. So we cannot say yaqdiyu. It is difficult. You can say it, but it's difficult. So what will he say? Yaqdi, it's a present tense. Marfu, mansub, majroor, there's nothing before it. No nasib, no jazm. It is marfu, pink color. Okay, pink color. Marfu with what? Marfu with the dhamma. Are you joking? We don't say the dhamma. Are you trying to cheat us or what? Are you playing magical tricks? Yes, this is a magical trick. We say hidden dhamma. Oh no, don't come to this hidden. Yes, because you can't say yaqdiyu. Okay, so so you Arabs, remember preserving the flow of the talk. So that made life for us foreigners miserable because they went odd rules. So that's why, for the sake of the flow and the preserving the beauty of the language, we had to now get invisible dhammas here. So there is invisible dhamma. We say implicit dhamma muqaddara, hidden dhamma, muqaddara, invisible, like invisible man, invisible woman. Now we have invisible dhamma. That was the remaining part for us. So now yaqdiyu. No, we don't say yaqdi. Yaqdi. What is it? Present tense. Marfu'. With what? With dhamma. But we don't say in dhamma, muqaddara, hidden, implicit. Okay, good. Let's move on. Can we move on, please? Okay. And what about here? We have an, so it's nasib. There's a nasib before, so this is mansub. So what is this? An yaqdi, an yaqdi, yaqdi, an yaqdi. Not yaqdiya? No. Why? Again, invisible gag? Yes, invisible thing, invisible fatha. So it is fa'al, present tense, mansub with a hidden fatha because it has a nasib before it. It's mansub before it's a nasib, before it's preceded by a nasib. And then we have this yaqdi, okay, lam yaqdi. Here, it's odd of the odd. You chop off. You chop off the vowel letter. Chopping up the vowel letter is the sign of majzoom, is as sukoon. So that is odd sign here, okay? Lam yaqdi. So you don't see any ya. What happened to ya? Removal of ya. You chopped off ya. Oh my goodness, what cruelty. That is fi'al amr, that is jazim. It never, lam yaqdi, he never judged. Yaqdi is judging. Yaqdi, he judged, he gave a decree of judgment. He gave a judgment. Here, he never gave judgment. Lam. So what is this? This is present tense. Marfu' mansub majzoom. Majzoom, purple color. Okay. Majzoom. Why it is majzoom? Because there is a jazim before it. Jazim, lam, never. And majzoom with what? Please tell me sukoon. No. Majzoom with chopping off the vowel end letter. So majzoom with removal of ya. And this is how the any present tense which ends with a vowel letter. So either the sign is invisible because you cannot pronounce it, or it's difficulty to pronounce it. So maybe pronounceable like here, but it is difficult. There are times it's impossible to be pronounced, like with alif, fatha with alif, okay? And for this 5 nouns, remember these were 5 verbs. Please do not mix. These are 5 nouns. Okay. Here we have 5 verbs. 5 verbs. These, they have special grammatical position. They are marfu' with presence of noon, mansub with removal, chop of noon, mansub with chop of noon, chopping of noon. So the removal of the noon is the sign of it being mansub. So so like this tadrubina. So tadrubina is you are hitting. So what is it? Marfu'. Marfu' with what? With the presence of noon. Presence of noon is the sign. So there's no dhamma. We can't say marfu' with the dhamma. No, the presence of noon. Okay. And what is the antadrubi? Antadrubi, to hit. So you to hit, you to hit, or you female to hit. Okay. So what is it? It is present tense. What is it? Marfu' mansub majrur? Mansub. Why? Because there's a nasib before. Mansub with what? With the removal of noon. Why? So whenever there's odd sign in analysis, you have to explain why. Because it is one of the 5 verbs. 5 verbs. Okay. What about jazm? Same. It's present tense. Lam tadrubi. Okay. Lam tadrubi. Tadrubi, not tadrubin. No. What is it? Present tense. Marfu' mansub majzoom. Majzoom with what? Remove. Why it is majzoom? Because there's lam before. And majzoom with what? With the chop of noon. Removal of the noon. Why removal of the noon is a sign of jazm? Why not sukoon? Please keep it sukoon. No. Because it is one of those 5 verbs. So what are those 5 verbs? And with those 5 verbs, those 5 verbs, you will have to memorize them. And I have spoken them in my session of pronouns previously. That is why I did not write it, since we are over time. So I have to be fast and furious. So we have So yaf'alani. I don't think so. I made my font smaller. Yaf'alani. Okay. And then taf'alani. Same, but instead of prefix ya, it's prefix ta. Ta. Yaf'alani, taf'alani. Yaf'alani and taf'alani. Then we have yaf'aluna and taf'aluna. Yaf'aluna. And there's a taf'aluna. And then there is a taf'alina. Okay. So what does it mean? Yaf'al means work, to do something. If'al, do. Okay. Yaf'alani. They both are doing. They both. Okay. Taf'alani, you both are doing. Okay. Yaf'aluna, this is they both. Okay. Here, more than two. This is for two people. This is more than two. They all are doing. Taf'aluna, you all are doing. Taf'alina, you, one female are doing. You are doing. You, one female. So, yaf'alani, they both. Taf'alani, you both. Ta, two. You, two. In Urdu, it's two. Yaf'aluna, they all are doing. Remember, ithnan, yaf'alan, an is like ithnan. Just remember ithnan. Yaf'alan, taf'alan, ithnan, both. Muslimun, yaf'alun, un, muslimun. Remember male intake plural? This is verb. So these are five verbs. These are five verbs. Okay? So yaf'alani, taf'alani, yaf'aluna, taf'aluna, taf'alina. Taf'alina. Just don't spit on me. Okay? Taf'alina. So yaf'alani, taf'alani, yaf'aluna, taf'aluna, taf'alina. So if you want to say fast forward, you want to, so that can be fast forward. But say it yaf'alani, taf'alani, yaf'aluna, taf'aluna, taf'alina. So now, this is which color I used? Pink. So this is all when fi'l mudari', when this present tense is not preceded by a nasib to make it mansub or by a jazm to make it majzum. Let's see if there is a nasib before it. Nasib which is an. Okay. So what will happen? We will chop off the noon. Easy. Chop off the noon. Okay. So an yaf'ala. Yaf'ala. Okay. No noon. No noon. An taf'ala. You two to do. Both of you to do. No noon, chopped off. So removal of the noon is the sign of mansub. Okay, not fatha. Here, and yaf'alu. No noon. Removal of the noon is the sign because there are five verbs. Taf'alu. Okay, removal of the noon. Taf'ali. Removal of the noon. Taf'ali. What about the majroor? Oh no, there is no majroor. Sorry. Okay. So majzoom, where is our purple? Let's take the majzoom. Lam. Remember lam. Never. Lam yaf'ala. Yaf'ala. Yaf is sukun. Sukoon. Sukoon. Give me a sukoon. Wait. Okay. Lam yaf'ala. Yaf'ala. No noon. No noon here, okay? No noon. Lam taf'ala. Same. This and this is same. Okay? So we chop off the noon. For majzoom and mansoob, we chop off the noon. Lam taf'ala. No noon. Lam yaf'alu. No noon. Okay? Lam taf'alu. No noon. Lam taf'ali. No noon. That is all what we wanted to talk today. And I do apologize. We went over our time, but I didn't want something to be lingered or remaining. So this you can when you will review, you will find it on the YouTube. So now just let us have a last look at this present tense before we leave you. So therefore, present tense is u, a, and no sound, majzoom. Okay, so when it is when is the present tense marfu? It is when there is nothing before it. When is it mansub? If there is a nasib before it, like an, to. When it is majzoom, when it is jazim. Regular present tense will take u, a, and sukun, no vowel sign. 5 verbs, يفعلان تفعلان يفعلون تفعلون تفعلين. So here تفعلين تضربين. So presence of noon is the sign of rafa. Here removal of the noon is the sign of nasab. Here of being mansub. Here removal of the noon is the sign of being majzoom. Okay? So in all these 5 we saw. And then we have this one present tense which ends with a vowel letter, a, u, e, alif, waw, ya. Then it will have this hidden, like invisible dhamma, invisible fatha, invisible kasra kind of situation. Kasra, there's no kasra, sorry. So invisible dhamma, invisible fatha kind of thing. So we have, when it is marfu, either it's difficult to pronounce or either it's impossible to be pronounced. In both cases, there will be invisible dhamma. Here, invisible fatha, same thing. Either it's difficult to pronounce, you can pronounce it, but with difficulty, or it is impossible to be pronounced. And then here we will chop off the vowel. So finish, no pronouncing. Lam yaqdi, lam yaqdi. There will be a kasra indicating that the ya was chopped. So if there was alif chopped, there will be fatha on the last letter remaining. If there was a waw, there will be dhamma on the last remaining after chopping of the waw. So, and this is the last one is we are going to use color coded grammar. So this is same. We're going to use pink and these colors which we had mentioned. And for mabni, we will use this color, brownish, and then the sentences we are going to use yellow color. And that is it for today. This is just for you to have blessings of that colorful ice cream. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على